have the blessing right now of actually teaching at the MTC. So I work with missionaries all day, every day, it feels like. And it's interesting you ask this because lately I've been with a lot of elders and we've been talking about what they've done before the mission to prepare. And that's been making me think about my preparation. I grew up always wanting to serve a mission, no doubt about it. I think though, when I graduated in June of 2011, it all of a sudden got like super real. Like, okay, Brixton, are you really going to leave home for 2 years? Are you really going to go do this? And the thought of leaving home and serving a mission scared me, to be honest. I didn't know what to expect, didn't know what mission life was all about, or even what a missionary did in a lesson or anything like that. So I procrastinated filling out my papers just for a bit. But when September rolled around of that year, I knew I needed to stop dragging my feet and just put in my papers. Met with my stake president, left the interview, and I remember driving home in my truck. When I got home, I just went straight to my bedroom and I just laid down on my bed. And I kind of just stared at the ceiling thinking like, is this really happening? Like, am I really going to go through with this? And I just had this like pit in my stomach. Not because I was having doubts about like my testimony or anything like that. It was just that fear and that anxiety, because the Lord knows me and because he knows all his children, I guess. That next Sunday, after spending a whole week just feeling awful, my stake president actually had a special fireside in a member's home where he took every young man who had just graduated high school, kind of put them in the living room, and the 10 of us just spent an evening with the Fresno mission president at the time, who was Larry Gelwicks. And he just bore such a powerful testimony of missionary work, and he taught the gospel of Jesus Christ so plainly that I had never felt the Spirit like that before in my entire life. And all the fears and anxieties I had about serving a mission, any inadequacies I was feeling or doubts that I had, it just all left in that moment. And as President Gelwicks was bearing his testimony, he started to cry, and all of a sudden I found myself crying with him, because I just knew in that moment that I had made the right decision to serve. And sure enough, 5 days later, my mission call came in the mail, and I wept again reading it. But I knew Canada was the place that the Lord needed me to go, and that's something I think about often, because it was evidence to me that the Lord is mindful of his children and has good things in store for those who have desires to serve. It was awesome.